Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is 10 minutes after 1, Tuesday afternoon, February the 6th, 2024, year of our Lord. And I'm sitting here at the kitchen table in my house. I would be out in the shop or in my truck, but it's a little windy outside, man, and it's an uncomfortable wind. You know what I'm talking about? Just a cold wind. And it's not that cold outside. I want to say it's like 45, 46 degrees. But the wind I don't know. It's not a terrible wind, but maybe it might have something to do with me getting over being sick. But it's just really uncomfortable. So I decided to come in here and talk to y'all from inside the house. I've got y'all propped up on my hat, my big wide brim hat that I use to cut grass in. I don't have a prop or a kickstand or anything like that on my kitchen table. But man, I want to tell y'all what just happened to me. Of course, I told y'all at the beginning of the week that I was gonna be on a mandatory vacation, or well, I was gonna be on vacation, just to get over, make sure I was completely over COVID before coming back to work. Cleared it with my supervisor Friday, and I was off Monday. The doctor's excuse that I received covered from Wednesday to Sunday, so I would have had to go back to work yesterday. Well, I talked to my supervisor Friday and asked him if I could just take the week off to make sure I was completely over COVID, and he was good with it. And well, the job I have, my full time job, we have to call and check dispatch every single night, and just to make sure we have our normal dispatch time. And that's just the way it is, man. I don't know if it's like that with every truck driving company or if it's just the one I work for or what, but that's the way it's always been at this company. And I've been here 10 years, and it's been like that longer than I've been here, and it's always worked. So I don't complain about it. Well, I called last night. You know, Monday. They had me off Monday, and I was uh I was messing around. I was watching something on YouTube last night, sitting at the couch, and something told me I needed to check dispatch. I don't know what it was, but something hit me. It's like, man, you need to check dispatch. So I just checked dispatch, and lo and behold, it had my name on there. Had me coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, man, that's not right. So I called my supervisor, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. And or no, it was a misunderstanding between me and him. He said, man, you can't, you can't do that. You can't move vacations like that. Not after you already have them scheduled. And I said, dude, that's the reason I called you Friday. I said, I thought we were good with everything. I thought we were on the same page here. And he said, all right, man. He said, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, and I'll let you know. I was like, all right, well, let me know. And I said, because as of right now, I'm not working tomorrow. And he's like, all right, bet, I'll let you know. Never heard nothing about it, so I just left it alone. And that's the relationship me and him have. If he doesn't call me back, no news is good news. I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning. Got up whenever my wife and kids got up to go to school and work and everything, and hadn't had no missed calls, no text messages, nothing crazy. And nothing like that. So I'm in here sitting on the couch. Everybody's at work, and I'm sitting on the couch folding a load of clothes. Well, I get a text message from my supervisor. It says, call me. I was like, all right. Well, no, first I got a text message from our nurse at work, and said, call me. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me let this cat outside. This cat's about to drive me insane. What's up, baby? All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. But the nurse said, called me. And I said, okay. And she was like, you've got to have a doctor's excuse for going over you need to go back to the doctor and get another excuse for going over your 5 days that were allotted on your doctor's excuse. And I'm like, I'm on vacation. And she's like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Well, my supervisor texted me and was like, dude, you need to call me ASAP. And I'm like, all right. So I called him and he was like, bro, he's like, I hate to tell you this, man, but you can't use a vacation this week. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I was like, it's Tuesday. I was like, you're just now telling me I can't use a vacation? And he said, I know, man. He says, it's crazy. He said, but what I can do is I can just charge you 2 sick days for yesterday and today. That way you still get paid. And I told him, I said, well, how about this? And I'll explain this to y'all. We have three personal days in our company that we can use for whatever we want. And also, if you take a vacation during a holiday week, you get an extra vacation day. Well, I took vacation during New Year's week. Well, so I have an extra vacation day that I need to use or lose, and then I have those 3 personal days that I can use whenever, supposedly. I told him, I said, well, how about this, man? I said I've got those 3 personal days, and I've got that extra vacation day. I said, can I use that for the rest of the week since you had me off Monday anyway? And his director, our director of operations, was sitting right there, and my supervisor had me on speakerphone, and my supervisor was like, I don't see a problem with it. And he looked at the director and he asked him, he said, you good with that? And he said, I don't have a problem with it. Just run it by HR and let them know what's going on. And so he was like, all right, bro, I'm going to call you back in about 20 or 30 minutes. And I'm like, all right, man. Well, he texted me about 15, 20 minutes later and said, what we would have to do is use all of your sick days first, and then you could use your personal days. And I'm like, so I immediately texted. I called him, and he didn't answer the phone, and he said, I'll call you right back. So I called him about 45 minutes later because I never heard from him, and texted him, and I was like, dude, I said, I have no idea what that text message means. I said, I don't understand what that message means. And he texted me and he said, basically what it's saying is you would have to go through every one of your sick days, use them all, and then you can use your personal days. And I got to thinking about it, and we start every year out with 5 sick days. And I'm like, I used 2 last week, 2 today and yesterday, and then that would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3 more this week. That would be 5 sick days plus 3 personal days. And I just told him, I said, man, never mind. I said, don't worry about it, dude. I said, I'll just come back tomorrow and Thursday. I said, but either way, call me whenever you get off the phone, man. I need to talk to you. Haven't heard back from him. So the bottom line is I basically just got screwed out of 2 sick days. And, I had to use 2 sick days last week because that's when I had COVID. That's when I tested positive. And I had to use 2 more yesterday and today because of a misunderstanding, something that wasn't even my fault. My wife's at work. I called her on her lunch break, told her, you ain't going to believe all this. You ain't going to believe what's going on. I said, the bad news is I got to go back to work tomorrow. And which I'm not upset about having to go back to work, because I'm telling you, I'm about to lose my mind sitting in this house not doing nothing. And so I am glad I can go back to work and have something to do, because I'm bored out of my mind. I'm about to go stir crazy. But at the same time, there's policies in place for a reason, and we're supposed to know what these policies are. That way we're not caught with our pants down. Here it is halfway through the week. I'm under the impression that I'm on a vacation, getting paid vacation for this entire week. Here it is halfway through the week. I find out I got to go back to work tomorrow because I'm not getting vacation pay for this. And I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I work for this is a Fortune 500 company that I'm working for. I mean, it is a very, 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 very extremely large corporation. It is a nation. It is a we have warehouses overseas. I mean, we are a worldwide corporation. We are the epitome of corporate America. And for it to be this unorganized, guys, I've been here 10 years and I don't expect any special treatment, but at the same time, don't screw me, man. Don't screw me. And the way they're doing this makes no sense at all. And I'm going to tell you why it makes no sense to me. Because it was about 5 or 6 years ago, we had a guy quit. He had a vacation scheduled for the week of Thanksgiving. He had me beat in seniority. I wanted that week, but I couldn't have it because he beat me out in seniority, which was fine. I'm all for following the rules. You know, it is what it is. I had no complaints. Well, when he quit, I called the man that was over vacation, and I was like, hey, since he quit, I have X amount of weeks of vacation left. Can I switch one of them? Can I switch these 2 weeks? Can I have vacation week and give back this week? And he said, yeah, sure, man. I don't see a problem with that at all. And he said, just send up the paperwork and I'll get you taken care of. It was just like that. My wife caught COVID May of 2021. We had a different HR manager at the time. Called her, explained to her what was going on. First thing she asked me was, she told me, she said, you've got to be out for 7 days. I was like, all right. And she said, now how do you want to get paid? And I said, well, I've got a week of vacation scheduled for Halloween. I said, that's not really an important week. I said, can I just switch that week? And she said, sure, if that's what you want to do, I'm fine with it. Now here it is, I've got COVID. Well, I'm getting over COVID. I still can't taste nothing or smell nothing, and I'm not so sure that I don't still have COVID. I can't just switch a vacation. It's like, so when my supervisor called me and told me that, it didn't make sense to me. So I called, and plus he was on the phone, so I couldn't talk to him a whole lot. I'm assuming he was on an important call. These supervisors, man, you couldn't pay me enough to be my supervisor. You really couldn't. These guys have way too much on their plate, and it's not their fault. They're being ran crazy, is what they. I mean, they really are. My supervisor is being well overworked, and it affects all of us. And so I really do feel bad for the guy. But I called our director, which is my supervisor's boss, and I asked him. I was like, dude. He's telling me that I got to use all of my sick days before I use any of my personal days. And he's like, all right. And I said, is there a reason behind that? And he said, I don't know why his exact words now, this is his exact response. I don't understand why you're calling me and asking me when he's down there in HR, when you can just call him and ask him and he can get a direct answer for you. And I said, well, I tried to call him. He's on the phone, and he said he would call me back. I said, and I'm not trying to go over his head. I said, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I don't understand what's going on. And he said, well, man, he said, the best thing I can tell you is wait for him to get off the phone, see what he has to tell you. And then he proceeds to tell me, I know the procedures, but I want to make sure we have the clear heads up or the go ahead from HR before we do any kind of acting. And he was getting irritated with me for calling him. I was like, all right, man, I'm sorry. And so I asked him, I said, and then I asked him this. I said, one last thing. I said, I'm not trying to bug you. I said, I just want to know why I have to use all of my sick days before I use any personal days. I said, that makes zero sense to me at all. And can you clear that up for me at all? And he said, man, all I know is that it has something to do with the new attendance policy. And I'm like, that's all you can tell me? And he said, that's all I know, man. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'll just wait for him to get off the phone and call me back. And that was it. He hung up the phone. But it just doesn't make sense, But I told my wife, she's upset, pissed off. We're both trying to get our brains wrapped around this. Like it, and I've said it before. I can deal with ignorance. I can deal with ignorance. If somebody doesn't know, they just don't know. I can teach somebody. I'm as long as you're able, willing, I'm perfectly willing to teach. But I have a very low tolerance level for stupidity. There is a difference. If you're ignorant, that means you don't know. If you're stupid, that means you're just stupid. You're just stupid. And these rules, these policy changes for no reason at all, are stupid. And so after being upset and fussing and carrying on, me and my wife venting to each other, I just told her, I said, you know what? I said, what this is going to do is this is going to make me leaving this company that much sweeter. I said, April 1st cannot get here fast enough. I said, but for the time being, I've got 7.5 weeks left at this company. For the time being, I'm just going to hold my head up high. I'm not going to say nothing to nobody unless I'm spoken to first. I'm not going to make no waves. I ain't going to fuss. I'm just going to go in, do what I got to do every day, go home, and be with my wife and kids. But what bothers me the most out of all of this is you have guys that are coming in now. Some of them are really good guys, and they really, really, really want to work. They want to be here. They want to make a lot of money, and they're hungry to get out there and work. And they want to get started in life. They want to get established. And when I first started at this company, this was a good company to get yourself established in life. And that's what a lot of these young guys are doing. Some of these guys are horrible people. They really are. Some of them are. They're worthless. They're just looking at dollar signs, and they want the money, but they don't want to do the work that it takes to get the money. And I truthfully believe you have that in every generation. I think it's more now than what it used to be, but it's always been that way. Just a handful of people. But out of all of those people, you do have a few young guys in their early 20s that are coming in trying to get established in life and trying to start a family, buy a house, buy a nice vehicle, all of that. And they're hungry for it. They want to do it, and they're willing to put in the work, and they're willing to put in their time to build up seniority. But you've got this gigantic corporate company that has gone completely rogue in the past 4 years, and it's just a former shell of what it used to be. And what's going to happen if one of them get COVID? What's going to happen if somebody gets the COVID that was out when it first came out, when the COVID that was actually killing people, the one where you had to be out 2, 3, sometimes a month at a time because it made you that doggone sick? What's going to happen if somebody catches that? Are you going to fire them? You going to tell them that they only got 5 days that they can be out, and then you're going to fire them? Is that what's going to happen? And it pisses me off, man. I mean, because I've put in my time at this company. My time is up. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm putting my 2 weeks notice in March 14th, and March 28th is my last day. I'm going full time in landscaping April 1st, Monday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So I'm not necessarily worried about me. It's all these good young men that are coming in after me that are fixing to get their eyes screwed out. That's what upsets me. And it's not fair. It's not fair. They're here to do the right thing, to try to do the right thing, and to raise a family. And they're just getting handled any old way. But like I said, it's not my fight anymore. I'm not going to make any waves. I'm just going to come in with my head held high. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to go to the house. And the day I give that notice, it's going to be so sweet. So sweet. And the way they treat me after I turn in that notice will determine whether or not I'll work that 2 weeks notice or not. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to title the name of this video, Ignorance Has No Boundaries. Not sure about that yet, but man, like I said, I can't deal with stupidity. I really can't. But hey, you know what? It's a beautiful day outside. Nice and pretty, sunny. I hope y'all are out there getting plenty done. If not, I hope you're at least at the house working on your business, doing whatever you can to make it better. But hey, guys, we ain't got much longer, man. March and April is right around the corner. But I'm going to hop off here, get some stuff taken care of inside the house real quick. And until the next one, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making money. Holla at y'all. Bye.